Hello and welcome back again, ladies, gentlemen, all, to the closing days of this Rise of Flight career. After the last mission, where we shot down no less than 5 prop-hanging Newport 17s and made Vikram Spearglass ace in a flight, thanks for reminding me, check 6, this is the current tally of our Austro-Hungarian ace. Barely a night has passed since then, when the call suddenly went out in the early hours of the morning. 2 artillery observers attacked, and a Russian air attack that seemed to creep further down the line towards the 63rd Artillery in the south. A general alarm all about, as pilots were scrambled to defend the balloons in that sector. Younger pilots ran this way and that, scrabbling for the mittens and leather coats. Vikram carefully put on his breeches and accepted a clean shirt from his putzer. He knew from years of war that although speed was of the essence, there was a limit to how quickly 6 machines could be put into the air on a muddy morning. The boots were ready at the foot of the bed. Leaving his tent, he shrugged into his flyer's coat without breaking stride, and gratefully accepted a small flask of hot tea and his rabbit-skin mittens from the putzer boy holding open the tent flap. The sun was barely risen as he stepped onto the field, and the engines were still being primed as he crossed the grounds to where the machines and some haggard-looking, but quick, Feldwebels waited. The Order of Leopold glimmered on his chest, drawing their eyes as he clambered into the cockpit and strapped in. Vikram had come a long way since the first time he saw a flying machine. The war had come a long way, and neither seemed quite finished with the world. There came the last few pilots, running to their planes. Vikram was far from the last. As they gathered round, he addressed them in short, concise words. Take off and egress to the south-southeast. Climb to 2000. Gentle winds. Protect the balloons. And then they were off. 6 young men cutting their way into heaven. Another day of industrial slaughter waiting in the wings. An early summer morning it is. And we are heading out on what I hope is going to be an interesting mission. We are, as you might have gathered from the introduction there, off to protect the balloon. Let's make sure the radiators are fully open. I also hope that aside from interesting or boring or whatever else this mission might turn out to be, I don't have to spend 4 days editing it. Here's to hoping. Just take a quick sip of that tea. And if anyone was wondering during that intro what in God's green earth a Putzer is, it is the German equivalent of a Batman. No, not the Batman, a Batman. A gentleman's personal gentleman, that is to say, military personnel who are given the task of, well, essentially waiting on and assisting an officer. In the British Army they were called a Batman. I think in the French Army they were called Ordonnance. In the German Army they were called Ordonnanz. Colloquially, however, they were also known as Putzers. And I believe the Austrian army used the same term. They were given duties such as delivering orders, functioning essentially as runners, preparing their kit and clothes, being essentially valets, making sure that during transport all their gear was packed, stowed, and got to where it was supposed to be, and any number of similar duties. In short terms, it was rather nice being an officer. Now, I figure Vikram has not always had the luxury of a Batman. In fact, I figure he hasn't had one until rather recently. But given the current state of the war and his recent heroics, and the fact that he's now leading flights, I do believe that someone has assigned him one. Plus, he is a noble, so there's that. Now, we need to make sure that we are above the balloon once we arrive, have some energy advantage, but not so high that we cannot dive in on it. Thought I saw something. A tiny, tiny speck of enemy. But no. Almost at 2,000. That's where I'll hold. Here come the clouds. Quite a way to start your mornings, isn't it? The mud mover in me is slightly triggered by all those factory buildings. But right now we are a fighter pilot. Should be able to see them soon. There. Let's see, one balloon, should be two. The other one might be right beneath me. Or off my left wing. There it is, yep, right beneath me. This is a fairly decent height, we don't need to climb any more. Actually going to drop a little bit of altitude. And let's see, the most likely direction for them to come out of is the east, which is where the sun is, of course, this hour of the day. But we do have a full squadron of Franz Josef's best, so not anticipating too much trouble. This might end up a mission in which nothing happens. The tendril of scouts might have turned back and run out of ammunition. I'm worried about some planes sneaking up on them from low altitude. Keep seeing tiny spots. Imagining things. Oh, contact. All those look like Newports to me. They're flying away from here. Oh, they are Newports. You are free to engage. See with these ones first. Wash down head-ons. I hope my friends are engaging. They don't really seem to. babysit these fuckers. They all seem to go into head-ons. Right, switching targets. Oh, wait, there's a lot of them now all of a sudden. Honest to God, I'm slightly worried this will end with a collision. Come on, get him. Whoop. Oh, that didn't work out so well for you, did it? These new ones are very nimble machines. But... oh dear God. No! Stay away from me. I was going to say they have inferior pilots, but I'm not so sure anymore. Did two Albatross just collide in the air? Wonderful. Yeah. Oh, the left part of his wing is shot off. I honestly wouldn't put his chances of survival as all that great. Keep doing that, your wing is going to come off, mate. Alright. I'm slightly worried that I took some hits there, but I do seem to be fine. Something isn't quite right with my engine, I think. However, there is an airfield that we need to set down. Let's try to find that right away. Somewhere near the artillery balloons, I did see an aerodrome. There it is. Let's get over there. And if we need to set down, that is where we'll do it. All 3 balloons in the area are okay. Decent amount of bullets. We can claim 1 definitely shot down, and then there was that one that I injured and it disappeared. Might have crashed. I think I'm just going to claim the 1. And actually see what happened to the other one. That might have been the only threat we face. Could just be the wind buffeting the prop, causing those fluctuations, but I'm taking precautions. That looks like it's puffing black smoke. No, my effective RPMs have dropped. It is dropping. I'm going to order my squadron to follow our mission. And I'm going to put this bird down. It might be okay, but I will sit down here and have a mechanic check the plane over. Well, you do you, gentlemen. Yeah, that doesn't look great. I guess they're heading home. They'd sort of ask you to stay, but whatever. Transferred leadership. Well, this was a very short mission. Hope you found it amusing anyway. We lost 2 people to a mid-air collision. I wonder who died. Actually, I only saw 1 plane definitely go down. The other one seemed injured, but might have managed to crash land. At least one of those pilots definitely mega died though, unfortunately. Bet it was one of those Feldwebels who were so quick to get to battle stations. Okay, so this is interesting. This airfield doesn't actually have a windsock. Seems like a very strange thing to omit from any airfield layout. One more, just for good measure. Yeah, okay. This is getting more urgent by the moment. Oh, almost stalled there. Have to be careful with these things. Whoa, what's going on with it? Interesting. Yeah, so you can see I'm still wagging my tail here, so Vikram clearly survived that. He's been in worse situations. But, yeah, that wasn't a very pleasant end to the flight, was it? Well, this has been a short one. It's been a bad one, blatantly speaking. but an interesting one. I hope you enjoyed it. Fly high, stay safe. See you next time.